Emotions are running high here in New York City tonight after a tense confrontation between police and protesters last night on the Brooklyn Bridge. A march organized by the group Occupy Wall Street turned chaotic, leading to the arrest of hundreds by the NYPD. NBC's Michelle Franzen joins us now from Lower Manhattan, where those protests continue tonight. Michelle, set the scene for us.
Well, Kate, protesters continue to gather here at a park nearby Wall Street. You can hear them singing at this hour. They say they'll also camp out here indefinitely. Their message of discontent over the economy and big corporations is still taking shape, but drawing attention with each day. Protesters fed up with the economy and social inequality took to the streets again today, including this former Marine who, despite having a job, worries about his future.
I have 2 degrees. I barely make enough money to pay my way. I don't even pay my student loans each month because I can't afford it.
Several hundred turned out one day after some 700 were arrested for blocking traffic on New York's Brooklyn Bridge. Growing tensions along with a movement that has taken off in the past few weeks, with protests spreading to other cities around the country. Labor experts say uprisings overseas have empowered protesters to speak out.
Those movements, those revolutions led by young people, and I think they've been unemployed and wondering what to do. So I think that's another, let's say, inspiration for why they're sitting in now.
We're nowhere on that same level, and we're nowhere facing the same kind of opposition. But we can still be inspired by them, and I think a lot of us are.
Even before the protest began, New York's mayor spoke out about those concerns on his weekly radio show.
You have a lot of kids graduating college can't find jobs. That's what happened in Cairo. That's what happened in Madrid. You don't want those kinds of riots here.
Near Wall Street, a park serves as base camp, where the grassroots efforts of community organizing and traditional media have merged with savvy social networking.
It's becoming more and more organized each day, and we're building the infrastructure, and then every day we get bigger and find out that our infrastructure is inadequate.
Growing pains, but a message that is grabbing the attention of more people like Donna Neild, who came with her family to show support and voice her own dissatisfaction.
Given that we've been at work for so long, it's nice that some people are making some noise.
And the crowds continue to grow here at the park here tonight, Kate, and will so later this week. They now have the backing of some major unions, and those members are expected to turn out and show their solidarity at a rally this coming week.
Michelle Franzen reporting tonight. Thanks.
Well known. Latino alternative music in New York. Latino alternative music in New York.
protest and the arrest in lower Manhattan. The demonstrators swarmed the Brooklyn Bridge. At one point, they made it almost impossible for any vehicular traffic to pass. Now, the Occupy Wall Street movement made its way to California as well today. A group calling itself Occupy LA marched on City Hall in Los Angeles. Many said they were marching in solidarity with the protesters here in New York. Eyewitness News.
Tonight, Occupy Wall Street demonstrators regrouped in Zuccotti Park in smaller numbers.
Let them go! Let them go!
After a march across the Brooklyn Bridge that ended with mass arrests. Protesters were cuffed and then put on buses before being driven off to jail.
Show me what democracy looks like!
The demonstration began late in the afternoon when about 1,000 protesters marched from the park near Wall Street to the bridge. Some moved up the pedestrian walkway. Others took to the Brooklyn-bound roadway. And that's when police moved in to make the arrests.
When did you stop protecting the people?
Police say they warned the protesters not to disrupt traffic. But according to an NYPD spokesman, some complied and took to the walkway without being arrested. Others proceeded on the Brooklyn-bound vehicular roadway. The latter were arrested. But the protesters say they were ordered by police to walk in the road.
They said you have the option to walk on the street or walk on the walkway.
We were peacefully marching on the top, on the wooden part where we're supposed to, until directed by the New York City Police to go down into the street area.
The protest against what organizers say is Wall Street greed led to major traffic jams in lower Manhattan as police rerouted motorists away from the bridge until about 8 p.m. on day 15 of a protest with no apparent end in sight. In lower Manhattan, Jeff Begay's Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Greetings, institutions of the media. We are anonymous. The events transpiring within Wall Street have caught our eye. It seems that the government and federal agencies enjoy enforcing the law a little too much. They instate unjust laws as mindless automatons, blindly following orders with soulless precision. We witness the government enforcing the laws that punish the 99%, while allowing the 1% to escape justice, unharmed, for their crimes against the people. We have observed this same government failing to enforce even the minimal legal restraints of Wall Street's abuses. This government, who has willingly ignored the greed at Wall Street, has even bailed out the perpetrators that have caused our crisis. We will not stand by and watch the system take over our way of life. We the people shall stand against the government's inaction. We the people will not be witnesses to your corruption and ill-gotten profits. We will not labor for your leisure. We will not assist you in any way. This is why we choose to declare our war against the New York Stock Exchange. We can no longer stay silent, as the population is being taken advantage of for the sake of profit. We will show the world that we are true to our word. On October 10th, NYSE shall be erased from the internet. On October 10th, expect a day that shall never, ever, be forgot. Vox Populi, Vox Anon. The voice of the people is the voice of Anonymous. We are Legion. We are the 99%. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Wall Street, expect us. Citizens of the world, we are anonymous. For too long, the crimes of Wall Street bankers, CEOs, and a corrupt political system have created economic injustice that has gone unchallenged. Today, the brave citizens of New York are standing up to these atrocities, a voice of reason in an ever-failing society. Over the past few days, thousands of people have chosen to take a stand against these injustices. The 1% have abused the freedom that they were given. We are taking to the streets to show the wealthy elite that we, the 99%, are no longer going to grease the gears of this abhorrent system. The lifeblood of the country is the working class, and without it, our people and our economy will crumble. Those who sustain present-day colonialism are the enablers of modern-day fascism. Our government has granted hefty tax exemptions to the rich, at the cost of our social services. We, as taxpayers, have served as the multi-billion-dollar credit line to the companies and banks that continue to systematically abuse us. We are here to say that we do matter.